Hello everyone. So this is part 2 in your video series of how to write a thematic essay about sacrifice. So I just made a video about the introductory paragraph, so now we're talking about our first body paragraph. Your first body paragraph is just focusing on the first point of your thesis. So if you have a good thesis, it should be very easy for you to do this. So as you can see, I highlighted the first point of my thesis. So this is my entire thesis statement. Veterans have sacrificed so much for their country. First point, they left their families to fight for others. So, my first body paragraph is going to talk about how veterans sacrifice, like how they make so many sacrifices, but specifically the sacrifice of them leaving their families to fight for other people. I'm not going to talk about anything else, okay? So, the very first thing you got to do is you're going to be on the last sentence of your intro paragraph, you're going to press enter. Mine automatically indents, but if it doesn't, you're just going to press tab and then you're going to type your topic sentence. Your topic sentence is going to contain a transition word or phrase, and then you are just going to be stating your first reason. Okay, so let's say you can't think of any transition words or phrases. You're going to go to the thematic essay module that we talked about, and you're going to see two links that say transition words, phrases, transition words, phrases. So transition words or phrases are just words or phrases that help transition or change from one paragraph to the next. So you are trying to switch from the intro paragraph to your first body paragraph. So here is a document that gives you some words. Remember, you can't use any or all of these. You have to make sure that you are using one that makes sense with what it is that you're saying. So you are introducing your first point, okay? So you're going to look at these headings and you're going to find something that goes along with that. So, like to indicate cause, condition, or purpose, one of these could possibly work. To indicate time, so you are going to be talking about your first point, so you could use something here. Those are pretty much the probably only locations that you're going to find one that would go along with your point, your first point. So right here, this says first. Since could be one that you could make work. To begin with, let's see, what's another one? Because of, due to, given that. So all those could work. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my example. So here is my topic sentence. So I already typed it. And what I want you to do is highlight the three parts of your first body paragraph. So let me get rid of this. This is my topic sentence. So it says, the first example of a sacrifice made by veterans is that they leave their loved ones to fight for all Americans. Okay, so this is my transition, the first example. So I'm letting my reader know that I am transitioning now into my examples of sacrifice. Then I'm going to restate my first point, which is they left their families to fight for others, but I'm not going to say it exactly the same way. So this, what I said, is what this is, okay? Same thing, just in a different way. Now I've got to have my commentary, just like my intro paragraph. Your commentary is you just talking about this first point, but you cannot use first person pronouns. So your commentary is going to be, I would say, at least 3 sentences if you actually have a good point that you're talking about, which you should. You can also use a source if you need to. I did. So here's my commentary. Men and women who serve are not forced to do this. They make the choice to serve their country. One of the most common reasons people join the military is because they feel drawn to serving their country. So this is in quotation marks because it is a word for word from a website, and then this is the author. Everyone doesn't have this yearning to serve. This call to service is what makes veterans different. Their desire to help their country is so powerful that they leave the people who they love most to do something for others. There are many instances where a military member is deployed during the birth of their child. His only option is to watch the birth over FaceTime from somewhere else. Your child being born is the greatest moment in your life. In addition to men missing the birth of their child, women who serve miss out on time with their newborns. According to one article, active military women get 12 weeks of paid maternity leave. This sounds like a long time, but this isn't just a mom going back to work. This could be a mom leaving the state or country. Okay, so this is all coming from me, except for obviously what I cited. And I'm just trying to there's the bell. I'm just trying to let my reader see how big of a sacrifice this is. Like, this isn't just like your mom or dad just going back to work, like around the corner. down the street, like they are going like somewhere far, far away possibly. Then the very last sentence is going to be something called your conclusion sentence. So your conclusion sentence is going to let your reader know that you are done talking about that point. You can't say, I'm done. And then you could also, trying to think what I'm trying to say. You can also transition to your second point, okay? So my second point in my thesis statement is they put themselves in harm's way. So I wrote, this is just one example of many sacrifices that are made. Veterans also put their lives in danger each time they are deployed. So that lets my reader know that I'm about to talk about how they are possibly have the chance to get hurt while they are deployed. This is called a semicolon. You can put a semicolon in between two independent clauses, which are two sentences, to make a compound sentence. Okay, so here you go. First body paragraph. Transition word or phrase with the first point of your thesis. Your commentary is 3 to 4 sentences explaining your first point. Do not use I, me, we. And then a conclusion sentence. Make sure your reader knows that you are done talking about your point. You can also transition into your second point in your thesis statement. And then highlight the different parts of your paragraph in 3 colors. Okay, can't wait to read it.